Hello there and welcome to Nerd.World Films. Today, in the movie vehicle series, something I like to cover, the various insane vehicles and awesome vehicles that have appeared in films throughout the years. And today we're looking at a vehicle from the most 80s movie ever to 80s in the entire decade of the 80s. That is the 1988 movie Tango and Cash and the RV from Hell, built by this nutter Owen. It was an armor-plated, devil-worshipping monster truck, RV, pickup, vehicle of death. Come on, it's the 80s. It can be as over-the-top as you like. It made no sense, and it wasn't supposed to. It was big, it was beautiful, it was insane. And this film also had one of my favourite villains from Star Trek in it. Just as a side note, Mark Alamo as a villain, shockingly, guy playing a villain. The Neck himself, Mark Alamo, Golda Cut in this movie. Awesome, 1980s, love it. Everything about it, grew up in the 80s, you might be able to tell. So, let's get to the next breath. And the RV from Hell, Tango and Cash. Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell vehicle, literally. And let's get started. Jack Palance. Tango, Cash, Cash, and Tango. Oh, I missed that man. He was a good villain. Now, the RV from Hell was one of the most ridiculous vehicles in any movie in the 1980s, but it was so 80s, it was awesome. It was made from a GMT 400 series 3.5 litre pickup, or RV, depending on its particular configuration. It was customized by Owen, the Q of the universe of Tango and Cash, into a battle wagon. It was double armor plated, bulletproof glass, modified chassis, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, which I suppose is supposed to be really impressive. And it had an autocannon mounted on the driver's side. This was a Gatling gun, minigun, monster of a weapon, and I believe these weapons can fire something like 5,000 rounds per minute, and considering this is the 80s and you never run out of ammo anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. We kind of imagine that the entire back of this thing is just full of ammo just for that gun. And hell, the entire thing is probably a transportation wagon just for the ammunition to keep that gun going. It had built-in radio communication systems. It had just epic lights all over it. This thing had Kurt Russell in the steering wheel, Sylvester Stallone quipping in the passenger seat and shooting people out of the side window. It had the ability to jump over big hills, apparently. This machine was just fucking beautiful. In fact, the entire Tango and Cash movie, it was the late 80s, and it was the end of an era, in effect, of the sort of macho man, bigger than, larger than life, soldier come masculine hero archetype. And this film was one of the last buddy cop movies to really embrace that general concept. They needed this vehicle to take on the forces of a crime lord played by Jack Palance, who'd been trying to have them killed, but he didn't really want to kill them because he didn't want to make them into martyrs, so he got them discredited, disgraced, sent to prison, got their jobs taken off them, and then tried to kill them in prison once everything was over and done with, because they cost him an absolute fortune. This film is bloody epic. And when he fails to kill them, they escape. They discover that somehow Terry Hatcher is supposed to be Sylvester Stallone's sister. Yeah, right. Anyway, and then they go off. They get this thing, promise Owen they won't put a scratch on her, and then they go up against a series of monster trucks with machine guns on the bonnets that Jack Palance had in his worksite drug baron thing, compound, evil henchman lair, for some reason, so that they needed this vehicle. And fuck me, it was awesome until it got crushed by a couple of great big digger wagon things. Beautiful vehicle, absolutely love it. Did I forget to mention like, share, subscribe, comment down below at the beginning of this video? I think I did. So like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And pretty much that brings me to the end of this on this vehicle. There's not really much more to say really, other than the blind, muscular, masculine awesomeness that is this vehicle. This car is literally a gigantic penis on wheels, and that's basically all it is in the 1980s, and it's unashamedly so. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. This thing isn't trying to be like stylish or sleek. I mean, it's got a pretty nice shiny black color other than that, and Jesus Christ, this thing is powerful. Insane, but powerful. So yeah, unashamedly, unapologetically masculinity from the 1980s. This is what you could imagine Sylvester Stallone really had in his garage now, never mind in the 80s. And it's beautiful. It's like, come on kids, we're going camping in the machine gun wagon. Anyway, that's bringing me to the end of this video. So like, share, subscribe, comment down below, check out all my socials that are listed in the box below, as well as my other channels and Patreon that is also linked in the description below. And it cringes me to even mention the Patreon, but I am trying to grow these channels, and to do that I kind of need some help. So I'm trying to build a Patreon community. No pressure, no obviously, but it's there all the same. And with that said, thank you for watching if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Bye bye.